So today I want to take you through the Credit Karma app on your phone. This is going to be through the iOS app. And so what I want to do is kind of show you how this app kind of functions and how you can utilize it and help you actually manage your credit score even better. Now, I will have a link for them in the show notes down below. It does get you right to the app and it does help support out the channel, but you get more free content just like this, which is always a really great thing. Now, the very first thing you're going to see, as you can see here on the screen, is 2 credit scores. And this is actually really important things to note because sometimes when you go and look at credit scores, you have to look at individual ones, and getting to have 2 of them available for you right then and there gives you an opportunity to see that there are sometimes different scores and different numbers based off of where things are reported. And this can be very helpful for you when you're trying to apply for credit, whether it's for a car, a credit card, or even a home loan as well. Now, as we go through this, one of the biggest things I want to talk about when it comes to paying attention to your credit score is that your report is actually just as important as the score and the numbers that you see here. So getting to be able to dive deep a little bit more is actually going to be very impactful for you, so you can see how you can get better at managing your credit score. Now, if you stick around to the end, I'll actually show you some really cool tips on being able to improve your credit score, so that way if you're in the lower numbers, you can actually go ahead and increase it and have a huge impact on your financial future by making those numbers even higher. So you can see here the 2 different credit bureaus that we have is going to be TransUnion and Equifax. So for my TransUnion, it's 787, and Equifax, it is 798. So you can see a little bit of a difference there, but for the most part, they're fairly close in numbers. Now, what's really cool here with this app is that we can click on here and it's going to take you to your credit health, and it's going to give you some ideas of where you are, seeing what changed, and kind of give you some projections based off of what you can do to help increase those numbers. So my favorite thing to do is right here where it says see what changed. If you click on here, it's going to take you to a page and it's going to show you how much you've increased over the last little while and then kind of what causes those changes to happen. So you can see I had a credit card where a balance went down by $126, and then I have a home loan where it went down to $1,287. And obviously that's just me paying my bills, so nothing dramatic happened there. I didn't have any inquiries or I didn't have any credit limit increases, which can also be a very beneficial thing for you long term. But at least this gives me some ideas of what I can know what's going on based off of the numbers changing on a day-to-day basis. Now, what's also really cool is if you go down to credit factors, this will have a really important information for you. So you can see high impact right over here at the payment history, credit use, and then derogatory marks on your actual account are going to have high impacts. Medium impact is credit ages, and then you can see total accounts, and then hard inquiries are going to have low impact. So I know a lot of people fear of, well, if I get a credit card, it's going to have an impact on my credit score. Yes, but it's also going to not be that impactful for you versus what it's going to actually do for you long term by having more credit available. So it's kind of like an interesting little take on going through and utilizing this information. Now, quickly before we move on, if you're getting a lot of value out of this video, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe if you want to keep on learning more when it comes to managing your finances. So from any of these, you can go ahead and click on and it'll give you more details. Obviously, the only one that's a little bit in like the orange or yellowish, you can see here is the total accounts, and that's just because we have 11 and not a big variety of different types of accounts. Although that should be changing because now we have a payment on a home as well as credit cards and other forms of credit available on our account. So it sounds kind of weird to have multiple kinds of accounts to be able to have that increase, but again, it's not going to be the biggest impact, so don't try and stress yourself out by having multiple different types of accounts just to hit those numbers. I would focus more on actual credit limits. If you can increase those, that would be great, or if you make sure that you're paying everything on time. Now, if you go back here, you can see a couple different pieces of information here. You can take action by looking at credit cards, personal loans, home loans. You could look at refinancing as well. So they give you these options directly in the app as well. That's kind of why they give you, a free service as far as Credit Karma, because it's essentially helping you sign up for different credit cards and loans and going through those processes as well. So keep that in mind if you're somebody who's a little tempted when it comes to getting more credit cards. That's what Credit Karma is going to kind of do for you there. But I still think the value is there, being able to see your credit scores, clicking on here, seeing what the health is, how you can impact it, what's impacting it as well. You can see here on, what is this? Equifax actually has it a little bit more of a dent on me for having the 3 inquiries, where TransUnion actually didn't even have an impact on the health of my actual score based off of just having 3 of those. Now you can look at your full report as well. So if I click on this, this actually takes me to a lot more detailed information. And like I mentioned earlier, credit scores are great, but you also want to be looking at the reports. You really want want to see if there's anything that's kind of out of place, maybe something that you didn't inquire about that is on your report. Obviously, that can lead to identity theft, so you want to be, really focus on that. But also to maybe companies were inquiring about things that you didn't ask for, and so maybe you can get those things removed to help your credit score go back up. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna have a link for Credit Karma in the show notes down below for you. It's entirely free for you to go ahead and sign up with them. If you go through the app, you're gonna see it pretty much like this, or you can even go on a web browser as well. Now, what I want you to do is keep on learning and growing, so helping your credit scores. Check out my video right over here to learn how to increase those numbers. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in the next video.